and start recording this webinar for you. Today we're going to be learning about the email builder. So I'll show a couple slides first, then we're going to get right into the Infusionsoft builder. And everyone that said happy birthday to Everly, thank you, thank you. It's very exciting. With your Infusionsoft application, you do have access. Let me unpause the screen. There you go. With your Infusionsoft application, you do have access to our Help Center. Our Help Center is located at help.infusionsoft.com. If you have any questions, how do I add an image? How do I remove an image? How do I send my first broadcast? You can either listen to the recording, or if it's at 2 o'clock in the morning and you need help, you can just go to help.infusionsoft.com and all the answers will be right there for you. You also have access to our tech support numbers in our Help Center, access to mastermind webinars, and how to register for more basic training webinars. So there's a tab in the Help Center called Webinars, and if you click on that, you can either register for more basic training or get to our mastermind, which are a little bit more higher level than the basic training. The basic training is meant for people that have not used the software yet or have used it for a very short time. So a lot of people come to this webinar thinking that we're going to talk about campaigns, and campaigns are actually going to be talked about tomorrow. Today we're going to focus on a broadcast, so I'm going to explain the difference real quick. An email broadcast is a one-time email that you send off to a group of people. It may be a targeted group of people, like people that come to my class on Wednesday night. We're going to be having a hurricane, so I want to email them and tell them not to come to our class tonight, and that we'll reschedule it for another time. Or an email broadcast may be the newsletter that you send out once a month to your entire list. So it may be a targeted group, segmented just a special group, or it may be your entire list that you send off one email to. A campaign's a little bit different, and a campaign does have emails in it. So it's important to learn how to do an email template because we are going to use those in our campaign builder tomorrow. But a campaign is a series of emails that's connected together with timers. They may also have tasks in them, or assign an owner, or create an order. There's lots of different things that can happen in the campaign that don't happen in an email broadcast. And today we're going to focus on the email broadcast. Tomorrow we'll learn more about the campaign builder. So the awesome things that we're going to learn today is how to edit a template. I'm going to show you the Infusionsoft templates. I'm going to show you how to add pictures, how to send a broadcast to your entire list, and also how to send off a broadcast to a segmented targeted group. So let's get into Infusionsoft's email builder. It's easy to use. You can create multiple templates, so if you have more than one business. So Chris, you may have a real estate business that you sell homes, but you also may have a membership business that you train people on how to sell homes faster. So you can have two separate templates, one for your real estate business and one for your training business. You can have as many templates as you want. Our templates are mobilely optimized, so they look great on a cell phone and on a tablet. You can save these templates and use them in your campaign builder, which is really awesome. So you don't have to go, oh, I made this great email broadcast. How do I use that same email in my campaign builder? I'll show you how to do that today. And it's super fun because I think it's super fun to create stuff for your business. So let's get into the Infusionsoft email builder, and let me show you how it's done. So I'm just logging into Infusionsoft right now. And even if you're just going to play around with your email builder, or if you are indeed ready to send off your first email broadcast, you're going to go to the same place. So I'm going to hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to the marketing section because we're talking about marketing and connecting with contacts, come down to emails and broadcasts, and I'm going to click that one time. Once I do, it'll bring you to this screen, and it says Get Started in a big blue vitamin button. That's what I call it. I'm going to click that one time, and it's going to bring us into our gallery, and I'm going to turn on my highlighter because this is my favorite part of the webinar. When you first open up Send an Email and Broadcast, it's going to bring you into the gallery, and the gallery is going to have templates that you can use as your starting point, and there's lots and lots of them here. You can decide, hey, I want to use this one because this one looks the most like the one I'm using in MailChimp. Or I like the way this one's set up. And this will just give you a starting point on how to begin creating your email template. Once you've already sent an email, it's going to go in the previously sent bucket. So any email that you sent out is going to appear in this previously sent area right here. If you're working on an email and you're having a hurricane like in Houston, Texas, and your computer closes because your electricity went out, have no fear. It's going to automatically save in the draft bucket, so you never have to be worried about losing an email you're working on. And you can also save an email that you're working on and put it into My Templates. And if you put it into the My Template bucket, you can transfer those emails into the Campaign Builder at any time. I'm going to pause for a second and get a drink of water. And I'm back. You can also come up to the Actions button at any time, and the Action button will give you a drop down, and one of the drop downs in that Action button is to start with a blank slate, and you can just start from scratch and create your own email template. Let me get rid of my highlight. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to look at which email template I want to use that looks the best for my business. I think I'm going to use the one with the airplane. If I want to see what it's going to look like on a template or a tablet or a phone, I can hit the little eyeball and it will show me it in a tablet and also on a phone what it's going to look like. And I think I like that one, so I'm going to hit Use Template. Once I hit Use Template, it's going to bring me up to the screen, and you can see that a header just dropped down. To get rid of that header, I'm just going to hit the arrow going up. Hit the arrow going down, that header will appear again, and let me explain what this is. If you have more than one business, or if Tom Smith is the one that purchased the account, but you're the one that you want the emails to come from, you can change who this email is coming from by hitting this little pencil on top under the From section. I can hit the little pencil, hit the arrow going down, and I can change this to either another contact owner that this email is going to come from, or I can change it to another business altogether. So I'm going to put my other business here, Infusionsoft, and I can put the email address that I want people to be able to reply to. So if you have an admin that works in Texas, they're not a user inside Infusionsoft, but you want anyone that replies to this email to be replied to your admin because she's going to be answering all the questions, you can just put her email address here and that email will go right to her. They don't need to be an Infusionsoft user to get these emails replied to. Once I hit save, you can see the emails coming from Infusionsoft and the replies are going to go to heyjudemiller@gmail.com. I'm not going to talk about the recipients yet. I'm not going to talk about those till we send out our first broadcast. But I do want to put a subject line. And the subject line that I'm going to put is hello and happy. And I want to put the day of the week. So I'm going to put a space and I want to put the day of the week, but I want Infusionsoft to pick up whatever day it is. So if I send it on a Tuesday, it will say Happy Tuesday. If I send it on a Wednesday, it will say Happy Wednesday. So all I'm going to do is come to this merge button right to the right-hand side of the field, scroll all the way down and find the date field. Click current day of the week, and it's going to say hello and happy Wednesday, hello and happy Thursday. And then I'm going to put ... and now I want to put their first name and personalize it. So I'm going to come back to the merge button, come to the contact fields most common, and pick first name. So let me show you that again. I typed in hello and happy, came to the merge field, and all the way down to date, and picked the day of week. And then I clicked the merge button again after my 3 dots and came to the contact fields most common and picked their first name. So this email subject line is going to say, hello and happy Wednesday, Judy. Hello and happy Wednesday, Christine. Hello and happy Wednesday, Chris. So that's a fun way to create your subject line to make it personal and also personalize it by the day of the week or the date. Now I'm done with this little header, so I'm going to hit the little arrow going up and get it out of our way. This email will automatically show up in design mode. And all design mode does is on the left-hand toolbar, it gives you a chance to change your hyperlink color if you have any links, and also to change your background color. So if I want to change the background color to gray or blue or maroon, I can change my background color. I'm just going to leave it as white and start working on my email. The first thing you see on the email is a banner, and that's not your banner, it's not my banner, so I'm going to change it. To change the banner, you just click once in that image and look over to the left and the toolbar has changed. I can either edit this image and I can edit it and say, hey, it's time to fly and put the name of my business right there if I want to, just by hitting the editing and effects. but I want to put my own image in. So I'm going to hit Change Image on the left-hand toolbar and click it one time. And it will bring up my library. I can put in my happy birthday. I can put in a cupcake, happy birthday for Everly, but I'm just going to change it to Infusionsoft. And once I do, my Infusionsoft image is going to appear. If I need to add a new image, change image, I just hit the Browse button, and the Browse button will bring me to my desktop, and I can choose my brand new image that I want to add. I already have my image in here, so I can just scroll down, or I can search Infusionsoft, and all my Infusionsoft images will appear. And maybe I'll use the one with the hearts today. Once I grab my image, I can change the size just by using the toggle, make it smaller or bigger. If I make it smaller, I can come all the way to the bottom and I can change the alignment. I'm going to make it bigger. And one thing that it's super important to do is under image description, make sure that you describe this image. So if they open it up in like AOL or if they open it up in yahoo.com, it will come up with a little tooltip or an image description, and I'm just going to say hearts and Infusionsoft. So if they scroll over, it will say hearts and Infusionsoft, and they'll be more inclined to open the image and download the pictures. Now that my image is in, the next thing you'll see is a simple call to action, and that's a headline, and I'm just going to highlight over it and change it to wow. Get free ideas now. If you're using MailChimp or Aweber, or you have Microsoft Word docs with all your emails in that you have collected, you can just highlight and copy and paste just like that. I'm going to give away some free ideas. So in the content of this email, I'm going to say, get some free ideas now. Just click here. And I'm going to make a clickable link, and I'm going to show you how to do it now. It's super, super easy. Get some free ideas. Just click here. I'm going to highlight the just click here. So you're going to highlight what you want to create as your link. Then I'm going to come up to this little floating toolbar in the blue, and I'm going to hit the one that looks like a chain link fence. I'm going to hit it one time, and it starts out with a URL. So if I want to redirect them, so some people put, read the rest of my blog, click here. And you can redirect them to your blog post by putting the URL here. But I want to give them a downloadable link of some newsletter ideas because that's what I'm promising in this email. I'm going to hit the little arrow going down, and I'm going to look for the one that says File Download. There it is. Now, if you've not filed any downloads, if you've not downloaded any files yet to Infusionsoft, you can hit the Upload New File button, and if you hit that, it will bring you to your desktop, and you can bring over the file that you want to add to Infusionsoft's server. I already added mine, so I'm just going to hit the drop down and find the one that says Newsletter Ideas. 5 fun newsletter ideas for you. I'm going to click on that and hit Insert Link, and I just made a clickable link. Now the toolbar on the left will make more sense. Hyperlink color. I want to change that to red. There we go, and now it just changed to red. So no frills, no fluff, to take action, and a big click button. Get some free ideas now. Just click here. And if someone clicks there, it will download that 5 free ideas. The next object inside this email template is Take Action Now. It's a button. I'm going to make that button another chance for them to download these free ideas. So I'm going to click on the button, and when I do, the toolbar on the left changes, and it says Button Text on the very top. It says Take Action Now, and I'm going to change that to Get Ideas Now. I also want to change the color of the button and make it red so it matches my banner and my hearts in Infusionsoft. So I'm going to come down to Button Color and change it to red. Now I need to link the button to that same document that I'm giving in this Just Click Here clickable link. So I'm going to come to Button Link, hit the arrow going down. I'm going to find File Download. There it is. And if you need to upload a file, you can click the Upload File button, but I already have it in here, so I'm going to hit the arrow going down and find the same document. Now, If they click this link, they can download my document, or they can click this button and download my document. The last thing in this email template, or the second to last thing, is a dividing line. When I click the dividing line, the toolbar on the left will change, so you feel the pattern. Every time you click something in the email, the toolbar on the left will change. I can make the dividing line bigger or smaller, and I can change the color and keep the same theme as red, just like that. The last thing that you'll see is our social media snippet. If I click on that social media snippet, you'll notice on the left the toolbar changed, and I'm going to delete these so you can see what it looks like when you first get the social media snippet. It's all gray, which means it needs to be formatted. It needs to be set up. And the way to set it up is go to Facebook, grab your Facebook URL, and drop it in where it says Facebook. Get your Twitter handle, drop it in where it says Twitter. If you need more social media snippets, hit the little plus sign. I'd like LinkedIn, put in my LinkedIn URL. I want Pinterest, put in my Pinterest URL, and you'll see they'll all appear. And I can make them bigger or smaller just by using the little toggle. So here's a little tip, and when I'm doing my webinar, I like to give you little tips. It's always a good idea to preview your email and see what it's going to look like on a tablet and on a phone. So this is what it's going to look like. They both look pretty good. Hit X, it will bring us back out into our editing. So this email looks pretty good right now, but what if you want to add more to it? Judy, I love this email, but I want to add a video, or I want to add an image, or I want to add some more content after the dividing line. Let me show you how. On the left-hand side, you'll see our blocks button. If you click on the blocks button, it will give you little kind of like Lego blocks to build out more on this email. So if I want to add an image, I just grab the image and place it where I want it. Once I place it, the toolbar on the left will appear, and I can put my little cupcake, make it smaller, and if I want to add some content, go back to my blocks, and I can add some text underneath it. Man, I can't type. It's Infusionsoft's 16th birthday. We're Sweet 16. Click here to read more. I can highlight, come up to my little chain link fence, and put in Infusionsoft blog. And now I just made another clickable link. This one will bring you to the Infusionsoft blog. This one will open up the 5 ideas to download. What if I want to add another button? Click on the button, drop it where you want it. I can even drop it in the same space as the other button. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of the word. And change it to change my button color and make it the same color red, or I can come change the button color to pink like the cupcake. That's not really pink. Can't really see it. There we go. Maybe I'll make it purple like the cupcake. There we go. So you can put as many buttons as you want across. If you have 3 products, small, medium, and large, you can put a buy now for the small, a buy now for the medium, a buy now for the large. Well, I'd like to add a dividing line between the cupcake content and then wow, get free ideas. Come over to the blocks, grab the dividing line, drop it where you want it, and then come over and change the color and also the size of it if you'd like to. If you'd like to add a video, I'm going to put another dividing line right here and add my video by coming to my video snippet. Once I come to my video snippet, all you're going to do is paste your URL in the left-hand toolbar. So let me open up a video. I always open up frozen because I know it's safe and nothing bad will come on the thumbnail. Once you open up the video, whether it's being housed by Wistia, being housed by Vimeo, or being housed by a proprietary video host, all you're going to do is open up the video that you want to share and highlight the URL. Copy it, come back into Infusionsoft, and paste the URL right there. That's it. That's all. It will automatically open up that video, and you can make it bigger or smaller by toggling the button. If you decide you want it next to the cupcake, maybe it's singing happy birthday, you can put it right next to the cupcake by dropping it. There it is. There. I can make it a little bigger, make the cupcake a little bigger. So you can see you can play around with all the little different snippets. The last snippet I want to talk about is the group snippet. The group snippet is really awesome. The reason the group snippet is awesome is it gives you an image, content, and a button. So it's awesome, awesome, awesome for newsletters. Some people say, I want a 1-column newsletter, and then I want to break it down into 2 columns. Let me show you how. I'm going to grab the group again, put it right next to it. Oh, I want 3 columns. Awesome. And now you have 2 columns, 1 column, 3 columns, and then 1 column. So you can make a really, really cool newsletter just by playing around with groups. When you see that you can see that when you put a group in here, you can hide the image if you'd like to. You can show everything. You can hide the text, or you can just hide the button just like that, just by toggling around. Once you're done with your email, you're going to come up to the Save As Template if you want to save it as a template. If you just hit Exit, it will automatically go into the Drafts box. I'm going to save this as a template by hitting Save As Template. I'm going to call this September 6th. Now we'll pick up that email and drop it into the template library, which you can now use if you're creating a campaign. You can just grab that email in there. So that's a pretty simple email right there. Now I'm going to shift gears, show you how to send a broadcast, and then I'll go ahead and show you a couple more templates, and then we'll answer some questions. So I'm going to exit out of this. Exit out of the email builder altogether. And I'm going to come to my dashboard to show you how to start from scratch. I'd like to send off a broadcast of my newsletter. I'm going to hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to Marketing, down to Emails and Broadcasts, and click it one time. Hit the Get Started button, and now it will bring me into my different, I call them buckets. I'm going to come into my templates, and that email that we just created together should be in there. There it is, so I'm going to hit Use Template. I can come in and edit this if I want, but I already edited it. It's exactly the way I want it, so I'm going to hit Review and Send. Once I hit Review and Send, a checklist is going to show up on the right-hand side, and everything that's highlighted in green with a checkbox or a check mark means that it's ready to go. But if you notice there's something with an exclamation point and that says Recipients, it's telling me, hey, this is a great email and everything looks good, but you don't have any recipients. Who do you want to send this email to? So I'm going to come to the Recipients box, and there's a couple different ways that you can start choosing your recipients. I want to send this to my entire list. It's my monthly newsletter. It's the 6th of September. I want to send off my newsletter. So what I'm going to do is get out my little highlighter. Where it says Recipients right here, there's a button right underneath, or a blue hyperlink, that says New Search. And I'm going to click that one time. When I do, it will open up this box automatically. I'm not going to pick any criteria. I'm not going to pick any filters. I'm just going to hit Search. And once I do, Infusionsoft will grab every single person on my list, which happens to be 215, and add them to this recipient field. When I hit review and send, I can send off that email, but I don't want to send it to 215 people because there's some fake people in my CRM. So I'm going to hit X. I can also search by tags, my newsletter list. There's my tag newsletter list, and there's my 4 people that are on my list. So if I wanted to send it to them, just hit review and send, and I can send that off. Or if you came to the webinar yesterday, you'll know that we have some saved searches. I have a saved search called 2017 newsletter list. There's nobody on it, but if there were, they would show up. I'm going to hit new search, and because I don't want to spam anyone because I do these emails every week, or these webinars every week, I'm going to send this to Abe. So I'm just going to type his name in here and hit search, and Abe will appear. So I may have 215 people on this list, but I only have 1 because I don't want to spam a fake list. So I'm going to hit review and send, and now you'll see everything has a green check. I can schedule to send this at a later time and date. Maybe I'm going to be on a flight to Hawaii tomorrow and I want to send this out tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning, but I don't. I want to send it now, so I'm going to hit the send now button and hit send. Once I hit send, that email will go out to either my entire list or my targeted group, and as soon as it does, it will redirect me to this report that will give you a pie graph and let you know how that email is doing. You can see how many are sent, how many unique opens, how many unopened, how many bounces, etc. If you go to our Help Center at help.infusionsoft.com and search for email broadcast reports, you'll be able to get an article on all these little hyperlinks right here. Let me send off another one just to show you how easy it is. Hover over my Infusionsoft logo, Marketing, Emails and Broadcasts. Get started. My templates, I'm going to open up a different one this time so we can go over the different parts of it. Use template, Infusionsoft banner, content, image, content, clickable link, dividing line, content, clickable button, dividing line. Once I'm ready to send, I just hit review and send. Everything that's ready will show up green with a check mark, except I don't have recipients. So I'm going to choose my recipients. This time I'm going to send it to Heath. Hit review and send. Hit send now. The email goes out and it will bring you to this cool little pie graph in a second, and you'll be able to see how that email is doing. How do we get back to that pie graph if I leave Infusionsoft? How do I get back to this cool report? Let me show you. Hover over the Infusionsoft logo, Marketing, Reports. Click on the report button one time. We sent off a broadcast, so this is our email broadcast report. Click it one time. This is the one we just sent out. Here's your monthly fun. Hit the view button, and that report will appear again. Pretty cool. On your dashboard, there's also a report called All Email Stats. It's a widget. If you don't have that on your Infusionsoft dashboard, you can add it by hitting Add Widgets. It will also tell you how many emails you sent out by day, by 7 days, or by 30 days, how many people opened them, how many people didn't open them, how many bounced, etc. If you want to find out more about All Email Stats, you can go to our Help Center and it will explain each one of those links. So my challenge before we get to questions, create an email template, add a link, add an image, add a downloadable document, send a broadcast out to yourself, save it to your template library so that tomorrow you can use it in our campaign builder, and have fun with the software. I like to explain to people that having Infusionsoft is like having a car in your garage, a stick shift car that you're not really used to driving. If you just leave it in your garage, it looks great, it's pretty, and it's awesome to own, but it's not giving you any value. You got to get gas in it, and you got to open up that garage and take it for a spin. The more you use it, The more comfortable you'll get with shifting those gears, the better you'll get at it. And before you know it, you'll be driving an 18-wheeler. You have to spend 15 minutes a day just getting to know the software. It gets easier and easier and easier, and pretty soon you'll have all your templates created for your business or your different businesses, and you'll be making campaigns in no time and also sending off broadcasts. I give you permission to add me to your CRM, put in the email address basictraining@infusionsoft.com, and I would love to get your email and your marketing and see how your template looks, and even send you an email back and say, wow, this looks awesome, or your downloadable link didn't work. You might want to check it, or I'll go check it for you. We're here to help you. We want you to be successful with Infusionsoft. We want it to be easy for you, and we love our customers, so that's why we do these webinars each week. So let's open it up to questions. The first question is, how do I get back to that report? I missed it. Let me show you. Hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to Marketing, down to Reports, click it one time. Email Broadcasts, click it one time. It will list all the broadcasts that you've done. Click on the View Report that you want to see, and it will show up. John Gree asked, can we change the background color of certain blocks? You cannot change the background color. You cannot change the background color of just a block. You can just change the background color of the entire email. But that's a good question. We are getting, at the end of September, we are getting an HTML block that you can go in and put in your own HTML code, and then you'll be able to change the colors. But right now, you can only change the background color of the whole email. How do I register for tomorrow's webinar? Let me show you. If you go to help.infusionsoft.com, come to the webinar tab, click on Infusionsoft Basic Training, you can register for Campaign Builder right here. So it doesn't look like there's any more questions. We did good. We just did 30 minutes, so that wasn't too much information, I hope. I'll be sending you the recording. I'll also be sending you a couple more little goodies in the email that I'm going to be sending out, because that's my thank you for coming to a live webinar. If you have any questions, make sure you email me at basictraining@infusionsoft.com so I know how you're doing. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's our best webinar ever. It is the Campaign Builder. I'm going to show you how to automate your marketing and create your very, very, very first campaign. We have one more question. How to stay updated on Infusionsoft recent changes? If you go to our Help Center, you can type in Infusionsoft updates, and all the articles will come up in our Help Center on what we've changed. We're trying to change a lot. I didn't get yesterday's. So Diane, I didn't get a list of everyone that came yesterday, but I'll send that out today. Monica did that webinar. I'll ask her for the recording, and I'll send that out today. So I promise to send that out. Sorry about that. So I hope you guys are having good weather. It's going to be 107 in Arizona today. I'm so tired of the hot weather. So I hope you guys are having good weather. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time. And we're going to be doing the Campaign Builder. Someone said it's cold in Boston. I wish we had cold weather. I can't wait for cold weather. I will email you when we finally have cold weather. Thank you for joining me. I'll stop the recording, and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow in Campaign Builder.